Hello everyone, my name is Emily. I'm a fourth year student at the University of Guelph studying biomedical sciences, and this is my second year being a student athlete mentor. Today I will present this idea to you of not settling. And when this first comes into people's minds, they may immediately go to the idea of don't settle for a significant other, which is a very important topic in itself. But today I will not be focusing on that. Some other ways that people will look at it are don't settle for a crappy book, straight and simple, or don't settle for a restaurant if they don't have a very good menu. If you're looking at it a little bit more deeply, you can come to this idea of if you're not on the right path, don't stay on it, don't settle for it. And that's sort of what I'm talking about today. So how did this topic come to be in my brain? Well, it all sort of started 2 years ago when I really wanted to stay here at the university over the summer to train for rugby. And my roommate and I, we would do anything to find a job here. It didn't really matter what it was. We started out cleaning out student houses, which was the worst job I've ever done, but learned a lot from it. We were about to start at a factory. Also didn't sound too exciting. A friend of ours who was working on campus at the grounds crew department had some job openings. So at 6 a.m. we called the factory, told them we're not showing up, and we came here instead. We were super excited. There was a lot of sun and friends and chill jobs of planting flowers. It was lovely, and we got to do our training, which was great. This summer, my original plan was to try to apply for some medicine type jobs, but with school being pretty hectic, I got a little bit lazy and didn't look into much, and I knew I'd have this job, so I decided, all right, I'll work this job one more time. This year, it was a little bit different. Me and my coworkers all had the gardening blues. We felt kind of useless. The job was very repetitive, not very stimulating. We had this deep thought of what is our purpose? Why are we doing this? And my one good friend said something pretty cool. He said, you know what? This has been a great experience because it has taught me that I want to go after what I really want to do and not settle for the easy job. If gardening is something you want to do, not saying it's easy, totally go for it if it's for you, but for us, that was not the case. That's not how we felt. So this summer I was thinking, oh my goodness, I need to talk about this at my SAM speech. And so I looked into it a little bit more, and I found this really cool term called Ikigai, which is basically this word for your purpose, your meaning in life. And it comes from a Japanese island that happens to have the largest population of centenarians. So these people happen to be living quite long. And the idea is that their spirituality and idea behind Ikigai helps them live a very healthy, meaningful life. So it sort of has 4 components: what you love, what you're good at, that which you can be paid for, and what the world needs. And the idea is when you find something that has each of these components put together, you fulfill your Ikigai and you live a meaningful life. So let's say that you find something that you're good at, something you can be paid for, and something that the world needs, but it's not something that you love. You'll likely feel this sense of comfortability, but at the same time, emptiness. So another way I like to look at it is that it's probably true that that which you're good at is that which you love, and it is that which the world needs. So with this in mind, I think that if you find something that's meaningful for you, you will go to the ends of the world to spend the extra hours in there to do a really good job and to make a difference in the world. And if everyone had a job like this, I think the world would be moving a lot more smoothly. But instead, the mindset today is very much everybody hates their job, it's part of life. And unfortunately, I saw a statistic that said in America alone, 70% of people feel disengaged at their jobs. So they're there going through the motions, not really into it at all. That's a pretty high percentage, and I'm sure it's quite similar around the world. And I think that we're getting very caught up with this idea of climbing a career ladder. We go to school, get that part-time job, get that lab experience, get a good paying job. But at the end of the day, a lot of people are feeling empty. This man, Adam Smiley Pozwolski, had a really good TED Talk called Refusing to Settle, the Quarter-Life Crisis. And he had some very good points, and his sort of point of view is that today's generation is going to find success by finding meaningful work for themselves, not just climbing the career ladder. and he gave 3 really good ideas to help you get there, which I will build off of. So the first one is to find believers. Believers are people who have this same mindset that I'm talking about right now, where they really do believe that you need to find something that you love in order to be happy. And these people will hold you accountable. So let's say you hate your job, you've talked about quitting. These people will keep on you and ask, have you talked to your boss yet? When are you quitting that job? Until you get it done, because they ultimately know that in your gut feeling, that is what's right for you. So find those people, surround yourself with them. The second one, no more FOMO, or fear of missing out. So today, with all the social media and all the constant bombardment of information from everyone and everything, it's very easy to see, oh, what are they doing? What are they doing? I'm not doing that. I should be doing that. That looks cool. But in reality, I think that's steering us away from our core values, core meanings, what we're good at, what we love, and we get very sidetracked and feeling like we're missing out all over the place. So I think it's very important to stick to what is important to you and to build off that. And lastly, hustle. So this is the idea that once you find that thing that makes you want to roll out of bed every day, you got to go for it. And sometimes maybe that means working that part-time job in the summer, not so fun, but you need to make a quick $8,000 to get into your master's. Just do everything with purpose and see the meaning behind it, and it should help you stay motivated to get to where you want to be. And if it's something you love, you'll put in the extra hours to get there. If you're freaking out, not really sure what to do, I think it's quite simple. All you got to do is sit down, write a list. What are your values? What are the things that you like to do? And what are the things that you're good at? When you bring all those together, seems like a pretty good recipe for some happiness. And I will leave you with this. Find your Ikigai and settle for nothing less. Thank you.